Some of these discoveries are so advanced that modern engineers have spent decades trying to reverse engineer them. We're talking about technology and ideas that didn't just predate their time by a few years. We're talking centuries, sometimes millennia, and some of it we still can't fully explain. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how ancient civilizations pulled off things that shouldn't have been possible. Let's go. Before we dive in, let's get one thing straight. When people say ancient, most people picture primitive. Mud huts, spears, guys grunting at each other. What they don't picture is a 2,000-year-old computer, or a battery, or surgery so precise it wouldn't look out of place in a modern operating theater. The ancient world wasn't primitive. It was extraordinary in a lot of ways, but we forgot most of it. Number 1. The Antikythera Mechanism. In 1901, divers pulled a lump of corroded bronze off a shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera. For decades, nobody knew what it was. When scientists finally X-rayed it in the 1970s, their jaws hit the floor. It was a mechanical computer, built around 100 BC. This thing had over 30 interlocking bronze gears and could calculate the position of the sun, the moon, predict eclipses, and track the Olympic Games calendar. All of this in a handheld bronze box, 2,000 years before the first mechanical clock appeared in Europe. For context, the next device of comparable mechanical complexity didn't appear until the 14th century. That's a 1,400-year gap. Just gone. Vanished. The technology existed, and then the knowledge simply disappeared. Number 2. Roman concrete. Here's something that should genuinely embarrass modern engineers. Roman concrete, used to build harbors, piers, and breakwaters 2,000 years ago, is actually getting stronger over time. Modern concrete starts crumbling within decades. Roman structures sitting in the Mediterranean Sea are still standing and reinforcing themselves. How? When seawater reacts with the volcanic ash the Romans used in their mix, it creates a rare mineral called tobermarite that fills cracks and hardens. We only figured this out in 2017. The Pantheon in Rome, built in 125 AD, still has the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world, larger than anything we built for the next 1,300 years. We spent billions on concrete research, and the answer was sitting in ruins in Italy the whole time. Number 3. The Baghdad Battery. In 1938, archaeologist Wilhelm Koenig was sorting through a collection of clay pots in a Baghdad museum when he found something strange. A ceramic jar about 5 inches tall, containing a copper cylinder with an iron rod inserted through it, dated somewhere between 250 BC and 640 AD, when replicas were filled with an acidic liquid like grape juice or vinegar. They produced up to 2 volts of electricity. 2 volts in ancient Iraq. Nobody knows what they used it for. Electroplating gold onto silver objects is one theory. Pain relief through mild electric current is another. The official consensus is still debated, but the physical evidence is real. Everyone knows Alessandro Volta invented the battery in 1800, except maybe he didn't. Number 4. Greek fire. The Byzantine Empire had a weapon so terrifying that enemies would turn their own ships around and row home rather than face it. Greek fire was a liquid incendiary weapon that burned on water. You couldn't put it out with water. It burned hotter when you tried. Byzantine warships used pressurized bronze pumps to spray it at enemy fleets, and it stuck to hulls, armor, flesh, and kept burning. The formula was so closely guarded that it was only known to a single family, and when that family died out, the secret died with them. Modern chemists have tried to recreate it for over a century. The best guesses involve quicklime, naphtha, and pine resin, but no recreation has matched the historical descriptions. An entire weapons system lost forever. Number 5. The Indus Valley Sewage System. Around 2,500 BC, while most of the world was still figuring out basic agriculture, the cities of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa in modern Pakistan had something that most of medieval Europe still didn't have 4,000 years later: a citywide sewage system. Every house had a toilet. Waste flowed through covered brick drains running under the streets. There were public baths, rubbish chutes, and sophisticated water management, while medieval London in the 13th century was literally throwing waste into the Thames, but ancient India had underground sewers with inspection hatches. Think about that gap for a second. Number 6, Sushruta and ancient surgery. Around 600 BC, an Indian physician named Sushruta wrote a medical text called the Sushruta Samhita. It describes over 300 surgical procedures and 120 surgical instruments. He performed cataract surgery, rhinoplasty, reconstructive nose surgery, cesarean sections. He described how to set broken bones and perform skin grafts. He also correctly identified that the heart was the center of the vascular system, something European medicine didn't fully accept until William Harvey described blood circulation in 1628. That's a 2,200-year difference. He also insisted that surgical students practice on vegetables, dead animals, and wax models before operating on humans, like we do today. Number 7, the Dendera light bulbs. This one is controversial, and we're going to be honest about that. In the Hathor Temple at Dendera, Egypt, there are stone reliefs on the walls that some researchers believe depict electric light bulbs. The carvings show what looks like a large glass bulb with a serpent inside, connected to what looks like a cable. Skeptics say it's religious symbolism, the serpent representing the sun god Ra emerging from a lotus flower. But here's where it gets interesting. In 1906, Austrian electrical engineer Walter Garn built a working replica based entirely on the dimensions of the carvings, and it functioned as a rudimentary light source. We're not saying the ancient Egyptians had electricity. We're saying the similarity is unsettling enough that actual engineers have taken it seriously. Number 8, Damascus steel. Medieval blacksmiths in Europe spent their careers trying to copy it. Napoleon's engineers studied captured blades trying to reverse engineer it. Modern metallurgists have spent decades in labs attempting to recreate it. Damascus steel was produced in the Middle East from roughly 900 to 1750 AD, and it was so far ahead of anything else on the planet that it looked like magic. Blades that could slice a falling silk scarf in half. Edges sharp enough to split a hair lengthways. Strength that didn't shatter under impact. The secret was a specific type of iron ore called woots, and a manufacturing process involving carbon nanotubes. Yes, nanotubes that weren't identified in the blades until 2006 using electron microscopy. Carbon nanotube reinforcement in a medieval sword. And then in the mid-1700s, the ore source ran out and the knowledge disappeared again. Here's the uncomfortable pattern you might have noticed across all of these. It's not just that these civilizations were smart, it's that the knowledge kept disappearing. The Antikythera Mechanism, Greek fire, Damascus steel, Roman concrete. For thousands of years, we've been reinventing things that had already been invented, already been perfected, and then lost. Which makes you wonder, how much are we losing right now that future civilizations will spend centuries trying to recover? Leave a comment below with which one of these blew your mind the most. And if you want me to go deeper on any of these individually, let me know. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.